welcome back to Sin City Podcast with Vegas. Today I have my friend Kris Walters with me. A lot of people know him as Frog. What's up, Froggy?
What's up, girl?
I'm great.
So we go peace,
love, and tree hugs. I like that.
So peace, love, and tree hugs. What's up with you?
Everything, all kinds of fun stuff. With the salon, opening up a salon.
Right, I was getting ready to ask you
Yes.
what you got going on that's interesting lately, because I've been following.
Between this, Desert Soul's doing pretty good. Opening up a salon with a girlfriend. I can't say much about that quite yet. Looking forward to it. Overwhelmed, but excited. I love organized chaos.
You've got this. This is right up your alley.
Well, thank you. How did the name Frog happen?
Police said best leave it unsolved. I've had that nickname for 1,000 years.
Have you really?
Yes, and you know what? I don't know that there's anybody on the planet that knows.
Really?
Right.
Do you know and you just keep it a secret?
Yes.
Okay.
You have to have an air of mystery about you, right? If you give everybody all the answers, then they'll never come back for more.
I know it's hard to figure out why people call me Vegas. I know that's one of life's mysteries.
All right. Sin City 1, Sin City 2, like Sin City Podcast. Yeah,
Yes.
Vegas, you're all over it like a diner napkin.
You're so stupid.
Yes, that's definitely
I love
me.
you.
That's definitely me. But no, I don't think anybody knows how I got my
Nobody
nickname.
knows.
Nope.
One of life's main mysteries. Well, we'll
Yes.
keep it that way.
Yeah, police said leave it unsolved.
Now, Juxford Studios, dig the shirt, love the plug.
Thank you.
That is the name of your studio.
It is.
And
It
your
is.
studio is gorgeous. The
Oh,
work
thank
that you do
you.
is amazing, and you are a sick drummer too. I can't wait to show you the stuff that he does, Devin, because you're such a good drummer. Wow.
Maybe you'll have to come down sometime and take the studio for a tour. Take the kit for a spin.
Heck yeah, it's an incredible looking studio. I've not been inside. I've only seen it from like.
Had your amazing husband down there a few
Yes.
times. He's cut some tracks down there.
Yeah.
He's an incredible musician himself.
You get it. He is, all right?
Yeah, he is.
You get a lot of talent in there.
Oh, you know what? I'm so blessed.
Yeah.
So I guess things shifted for me as far as the studio goes. I've always wanted to do it. I've worked my entire life to get there.
Yeah.
It's expensive.
Oh, yeah.
And it takes some time to learn all the ropes with the video and the audio and such.
How many cameras do you have in your studio? Because your angles are.
9.
Okay.
9,
Yeah.
I believe. 9 or 10. Anyway, whatever, a number of them. But
Right.
so it's taken me my entire life to get there. But I think a lot of things changed for me when we have a festival local to my town that said that they hired out-of-town people or not local talent to come in every year to put on a concert because they didn't believe that there was enough talent around to draw a crowd.
Really?
So it's kind of been my
It's kind of like
underlying goal to prove them wrong.
Hold
But
my
we
beer.
have this area, this Wabash Valley, has got so much great talent, and I'm lucky to be a very tiny piece of that puzzle.
Yeah.
And you're right. I've had a lot of really talented people come through that studio, so I'm
There's
really
a lot
blessed.
of talented people in this town. There truly is. I mean,
There are.
I have spoken about my feelings about Terre Haute here and there, but I will say the community and the talent is pretty incredible. I mean, you have to give credit where credit is due. I've met a lot of wonderful people who have helped out with a lot of my fundraisers who actually give a shit about people, and musicians as well. They're just really great, and I think that's kind of a hidden gem. Maybe
It is. And one thing I've noticed is, if there's ever a need for community involvement, it seems like the musicians or the people that run sound or involved with production of some sort are always first in line to jump in and help out, whether it's a benefit for a family or a tornado benefit like we had in Sullivan.
Yeah, I
we had
remember
the tornado
that.
a couple of years ago.
That was bad.
The musicians are always the first, it seems like, to be right there on the battlefront, volunteering. And I'm honored to be a part of that part of the society too. Amazing people.
How long what else do you do? Drum? Do you do any other instruments? Play any other instruments?
No, and I barely do the drums.
Oh, please.
Now I will sing on occasion, but not
Really?
into a microphone. Oh, yeah, because it's terrible.
You sing in the car or in the shower like I do?
Well, yes.
That's where
yeah.
I shine. is
Absolutely.
in the car.
Right, or maybe when I'm in my office and there's nobody else around, I might let it fly a little bit there. But otherwise, no, people don't want to hear me singing.
Me neither. You don't want to hear me sing. I have fun with it, though. I enjoy it.
Me too.
Have you had a sip of Reggie's coffee yet?
I had one sip and it was so nuclear hot, but it was incredible.
I was going to say, give it a minute, you'll be climbing the walls like scary movies.
If I hold it up here, it'll steam up my glasses real good. But Reggie, great cup of coffee, bro.
He's the man. His coffee's the deal. Hey, cheers.
Yeah, cheers.
Cheers. Thank you for coming. I'm so glad that you're here.
Well, thank you for inviting me. I'm definitely honored to be here.
So what else is going on with you? There's so much going on with you. Where do we even begin?
I don't even know. Between working on my house, work, studio, running live sound, playing drums, I don't know, kind of pick one and we'll just go that route. How about that?
Okay, the studio.
Okay, so the studio, I had 2 different singers in there this weekend. I've got some new rack gear that I incorporated into the studio, I don't know, a few weeks ago, and I hadn't had a really good chance to use it yet. So had a couple customers come in this weekend, and we produce videos at Joxford Studio as well.
Great ones.
Thank you so much.
They're so cool.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
And I always try to use different elements and different effects and stuff just to make it a little bit special for each person. But I had a couple of people come in this weekend. Had a really good time.
Do people call you to ask to come into... I'm sorry, Joxford? Did I say it wrong earlier?
Yeah.
Joxford?
Nope, that's right.
Do people normally call you, or do you reach out at both? Does it go both ways?
Goes both ways, I guess. Sometimes people reach out to me, and I'm kind of persnickety, kind of choosy on who I let into the studio because it's my product too.
That's fair.
And I want a great product when it comes out the door. So not only does it take my skill, but the person that's on camera, on the microphone, also has to be able to produce a level. And it's not necessarily that I think that I'm better than anybody, because that's not the case. I just want the most excellent product, whether they're paying for it or not. I want the most excellent product to come out the door when it's finished.
I completely understand.
So sometimes, some friends will come over. I'll invite friends over, and we'll do like special projects together on occasion. But the paid clients, I'm pretty choosy about. So
there's a couple people that have asked to come on, and I ask them, and they've asked me, and it's just I first of all, I get incredibly flattered when someone asks to be on my show, because I'm like, really, you want to be on my little show? Like,
well,
that's
yeah,
so,
of course,
that's so awesome. Like, it makes me feel really good, And there's only been a couple. How do I say? I want people to come in, and I want them to bring a good vibe. I want them to come in with with love. There's a video. There's one that I'm going to be taking down. It just wasn't the right fit. She just wasn't the right fit. I'm going to take her down. But everybody, whether their story is good, bad, ugly, the person that comes in here, I just want them to come in here and actually be a kind person. Just to simplify it. Like, if I think that you suck at life outside, I don't want you in my home. I don't have to sage the whole house when you leave. You know what I mean? I don't want that vibe in my house.
That's fair.
Because you're bringing someone into your home, you want them to be a certain caliber of person in kindness.
Absolutely. And what an honor to be invited to anybody's home.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Because that's their safe space. That's their safe haven.
Right. So they're letting you inside of that little bubble. So it's, it should be an honor, and it should be a blessing.
Yeah.
And you should bring that same honor and blessing with you to their home.
Oh, I agree. And Reggie loves going out to your house too.
Oh, I love it when he comes down.
You're someone he can really talk to. You're a great listener. You're a great friend. So you're one in a million. You're not one of those dime a dozen kind of people.
How about 2 in a million?
2 in a million?
Yeah, because Reggie's the same way too.
He is.
He's absolutely the same way.
I married a good one.
You did, and if you hadn't taken him, I probably would have tried.
Yeah, I'm very blessed by him. He's a good man. I love him very much.
He is a very good man.
I married a good one. But speaking of marriage, I was going to ask you a question. Is it true you married a stripper once upon a time?
No. I'm not sure stripper was the right adjective.
Okay.
So yeah. Okay. So let me grab a cup of coffee here. So years ago, I was married prior to my wife now. Her name is Courtney. Yes.
Courtney. She is a queen.
Yes, she is a queen. She's a beast. And we can talk about that in a little bit.
We'd absolutely have to.
Okay.
She's definitely something to talk about. She's a formidable woman.
She is definitely...
and she's gorgeous.
In some capacity, life picked the wrong opponent when they chose her.
I hear that. Well said, by the way.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, let's circle back.
Yeah, we'll come back to that. So prior to Courtney, I was married to... I guess we'll call X.
Okay.
Or triple ex.
Uh-huh.
See?
She was a star.
Yes, she was on the screen.
You're so tactful.
Yeah, I try to be. So shortly after her and I divorced, she became a pretty famous porn star.
Really?
Not stripper per se, but I think she might have done that too. I don't know, but I do still keep in contact with her.
Yeah.
You know, I married her because I love her.
Right.
And I still do love her, but in a different capacity now.
Right.
It's not the same. But
and Courtney's okay with you guys being friends?
Yeah, I believe so. Courtney's very
unshakable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's an absolute monster.
The way she carries herself, you know that she's so. You could tell she's strong. When I went into where was she working? Ambicare.
Okay, so she was working downtown.
Convenient care.
The convenient care, yes.
And I went there, and I had COVID, and I was getting one of the IV things to like help get me hydrated or whatever. And she came in and sat with me and asked me how I was doing. I had this mask on. I just started sobbing because at this point I was just so freaking tired. You know, like COVID was kicking my ass up one side and down the other. I had no energy, and I was like a little baby. You know, when we're tired, we're just like,
right.
She came and sat next to me. I'm just like, ah. She was so sweet to me, and I love her. And she's always had this presence from the first time I met her was at whenever you guys were playing that gig at Harley Davidson.
Oh my gosh, it's been a few years.
It's been a minute. That's where I met her and Stephanie.
Yes.
And it was, they're just like, you got a good group of people that you hang out with. You've got a good solid clique there.
I do that with intent.
Yeah, 100%.
No different than you inviting people into your home with that positive energy.
Absolutely.
I want to keep myself surrounded by people that help build and lift each other.
Man, you do it well.
All the time.
And Dan, he's a dork and a half. He's so funny.
Oh, I love that doofus.
Oh, he's funny.
Dan, shout out, brother. Shout out to you, Dan.
By the way, when my salon opens, I'll be expecting you to let me cut your hairs. But unless he's growing it out, because
you never know about him.
He's
so back and forth.
I'll help him keep it healthy, or I'll just shave it off. It's up to you. I work for you, buddy. Okay, so you and the ex. So how long were you guys together?
11 years.
Holy smokes!
Yeah, I'm really old. Yeah, I'm old.
No, you're not. You're my age.
I'm not falling into that trap.
Okay.
I won't do that. No,
right,
don't talk about a woman's age. No,
I'm 44.
Oh no, I'm way older than you.
No.
Yeah.
All right. Damn.
Yeah, I am.
Men are like fine wine, dude. You look great.
Oh, thank you. Well, you look great.
Hey, thanks. It's about Botox.
Oh my gosh.
You know what I'm saying?
Well,
thank you,
no
Ashton.
Botox. No Botox yet here.
It's all natural beauty. Okay.
But yeah, we were together 11 years.
Okay.
Her and I were married for 5 years and 1 day. We got divorced 5 years and 1 day after we got married. So it was kind of interesting.
Yeah, that is. Sorry, numbers are like over my head. Took me a second to understand.
I'm a numbers guy.
Yeah,
numbers.
So was Reggie.
I do a lot of numbers at work.
Yeah.
But so anyway, 11 years with her. Courtney and I, 23.
23 years.
Yeah, going on 24 years.
That's amazing. Do you guys have plans for your 25th? Got to do is that the silver? Is that the
I
silver?
don't know.
That's how I'm counting after 10.
So you and the ex are still friends. You guys still talk, and she's
yes,
still
we don't talk very often, but we do talk on
Is she
occasion.
still doing the same thing?
No, she's retired from that. I believe she's a nurse.
Okay.
I don't over in
Don't
the Bloomington.
quote you on that. Okay.
Yeah, don't quote me on that. I believe she's a nurse, but she's retired from her former business.
Yeah, you know what? No shame in her game. I'm sorry, not sorry.
It's whatever.
It
is
whatever.
It goes with the rock star theme. You know what I mean? I don't know why, but a lot of people that I've worked with in the past, they know who she is, and they give me certain accolades, I guess.
Yeah, I get. I'm sure a lot of guys give you some height.
Yeah,
like it's
like some mountain I climbed or something. I don't know, but anyway. So yeah, no shame on her. It's we just chose different life paths, and
When I was in college, and this is a story that Reggie knew about me before Reggie and I knew each other, is that he knew that I was on Girls Gone Wild 2001 Panama City. He was just,
what? I'm gonna have to get that VHS out and rewind it.
You don't even. I don't look anything the same. I'm blonde, I'm tan, I'm like 100 pounds. I've got a rose in my teeth. I'm coming out of Club La Vila covered in foam. And I saw, and I was just like, I was tripping on ecstasy and I had to sign my form. And I was just like,
Oh my
ah. And then I was like, great. And then like years and years later, like I never saw the video. I never saw
Really?
it. Yeah, I didn't really, I mean, I didn't care. I was like, whatever. I was a party girl. I didn't really give a shit. And then come to find out, Reggie's like, yeah, I heard about this. And he's like, I get this. I bet that's one of those rumors. I'm like,
no rumor.
No,
no rumor.
No, it's not a rumor. It was 22. What are you gonna do?
Well, at 22, you can't hold your whole past against you.
No,
you know what I mean? You can't do that. You got to keep moving forward all the time.
Put something in here.
Yeah.
I have a similar story.
You do? What is
You're
it?
on the Girls Gone Wild?
No, luckily not. So I work for a church, and one of our pastors, they're a couple. They're not with us. They're at a church in Nashville now. But a lot of times before church, we would be standing in front of the doors. You know, just kind of hanging out outside,
Sure.
whatever. Well, we had this guy been coming, man, and I won't say his name, but biker dude, old school, you know. And he came up to, like, we're standing outside, and he comes up to her. He goes, "I know your mom." And I'm sitting there, I'm like, what? He goes, "Your mom's in a motorcycle magazine I have at my house." And the woman's like, "No, she's not. My mom would never do that." He said, "I'll be right back." And then went and got the magazine, and it's a picture of her mom.
With a motorcycle.
Scantily clad?
Or with something.
Was she nude? Or...
Oh my!
I don't know if it's fully, but I never saw the picture. I'll say.
Okay.
But she's like, "That's my mom." And she went to grab the magazine, and he said no. And he kept the thing.
Oh my God! I can't believe Mom never told her. Like
nobody knows. It was at Sturgis, and
Sturgis. That makes sense.
I guess stays at Sturgis.
I guess
like Las
you
Vegas.
never know what you're going to run into.
But
wow.
It was the funniest moment, and like he had that magazine for years.
That is funny,
And,
small world
yeah.
stuff. And he just so happened to meet her daughter at church.
Because he's like, "You look just like your mom."
And how do you know my mother? That's too funny.
Wow.
True story.
See, I love small world stories like that.
Right?
You know, just the funny ones.
But it was the moment when she's like, "Yeah, I need that." And he goes, "Oh, no."
No.
Not
happening.
That's my favorite magazine. Like, oh my.
Son of a gun.
Oh my God.
Absolutely. Anyway, I had to throw that for
No, that's good dish. So how come y'all broke up?
Infidelity.
Oh, okay.
Infidelity.
Now wait a minute. I have a question. So infidelity is this past? Okay, obviously with work there was a gray area there for fidelity, I assume.
So that particular chosen work was post divorce.
Oh.
So luckily I didn't have to worry about that while we were together.
Okay, got
So
it.
that was
It takes a special kind of guy to be married to someone who has that line of work. Not that I'm sure they're not out there. I'm sure that they are.
Absolutely.
And that's cool.
There's no doubt that they are, because she ended up marrying, I believe, somebody that was
In the industry?
in the industry, and that he was okay with that, I think. I don't want to speak on her behalf. I
Okay,
don't
yeah,
know.
yeah,
I don't
for
know
sure.
exactly. But I do know she was married and doing that line of work.
Hey, if you can handle
So,
it. Reggie and I
yeah.
are so, like, we cannot stand the fact that the other one has any kind of past whatsoever. Like, we don't want to talk about it. If we happen to run into it, we'll actually argue about it because we get jealous. And then we argue about, like, you know, oh, that person's such a blah, 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 and vice versa, you know. And then we're like, I'm so sorry. I just can't stand the thought of you were with someone else before me. And I think I love couples. I admire couples who are like, who gives a shit? It was before you. I wish I thought that way. I wish Reggie thought that way for our own peace of mind, but that's just not how we roll. We can't stand it.
Do you think that maybe that was because you guys were damaged before or something?
Oh, 100%. We got our hearts wrecked. Like, he was with a gal that kept him pretty guarded for the longest time before he let his guard down to even be with me. And then I had, like, I've had some, you know, rough goes at it, like
Sure.
a fiance being killed and, like, just, you know, being cheated on, typical stuff, you
Right.
know, being cheated on. I think everyone's been through that, sadly. But yeah, that makes sense.
And, you know, it's also difficult because you try not to hold your past against somebody that had nothing to do
I know.
with that.
And we just
It's not their fault.
Mm-mm.
It's not their responsibility to fix
Yeah.
that. You know, it's your responsibility to fix that. But at the same time, it's really hard to let go.
It is hard to let go. How did you handle being cheated on?
Now, or how did I handle it at that
At the time, yeah.
explosive?
Yeah, understandable.
Explosive.
I think that's a very reactive thing for anybody, especially if you walk in on it. Like,
sure.
I walked in on my first love.
Oh.
Not my first love. My first love was Nick. He was my high school sweetheart. He was the greatest thing. He was the greatest first love you could ever ask for. And Reggie's the best last love you could ever ask for, But I got my heart broken for the first time in college by walking in on him sleeping with this gal, one of my soon-to-be sisters, sleeping with her in my bed in my apartment. So I was explosive, and I'm hot-headed, and I'm Irish, and I'm just very pissy. I just felt my heart stop, like that pit in your stomach.
Sure.
And I was living on the first floor. I feel like this is going to be very important for 5 seconds from now. Because she was on top of him, I grabbed her by her fucking blonde hair and I threw her out of my bedroom window, right through the screen. I threw her out of the window, and I punched him and broke his nose. And I was just like, like because I just never had my heart broken before, and to see it, I was just like, oh.
And I can imagine you seething with anger, and
it's just
how difficult is it? I've had conversations about this topic with a lot of people, and it's difficult to be pragmatic in such an explosive and passionate environment.
Yeah, no kidding.
And sometimes you have to pause, give yourself the cadence to handle a situation with the correct amount of tact to deal with it in a manner that's suitable for you.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times, it was explosive for me when I found out. And I threw all of her stuff out in the yard and told her to get out of my house and don't come back.
Yeah.
And that was pretty explosive. Now that I'm older, I handle things a lot differently. If I were faced with that same thing now, I would not have handled it the same. I would give myself the opportunity to absorb everything, come up with a plan, and use my pragmatic approach instead of my passionate approach. And that's really tough to do.
It's really, I don't know if I can relate to that completely yet, because ever since I became a mother, I try to stay out of situations. I don't trust myself. I fear for my own temper. Because I have so much to lose that I just I try to just stay as far away from toxic situations as possible, because there is no stopping me once the my mouth goes off, and there's no stopping me as far as like I've grown up scrappy. Like that's how I grew up my entire life. I'm a 44-year-old mother. I can't go beating up everyone that hurts my feelings as much as I would like to.
And I can see it in your eyes.
We had a conversation this morning that made my head explode, and I'm not going to do anything about it. I'm just going to delete the whole person from my life completely, and off the show. But like I'm not going to stoop to her sad little level. I have a beautiful family. I have a happy life. Devin has introduced me to this podcast, and he saw my potential, and I thank him like all the time.
Sure.
Because he saw me do this podcast. He's like, "You're a cool lady. I think you could do this." I was like, "Stop." And look, it's lovely.
Look, it's growing and it's working, right? You're doing it.
I got such a great team. The boys are so wonderful. And
right?
I've got too much to lose to let my anger, to let my temper mess it all up for me and my family. So if that's pragmatic, then I guess maybe I'm a little bit.
Yeah, so pragmatic is when you kind of separate the passion portion of whatever the environment is, and the mental portion, where you're, the analytical part, where you're trying to decide what is the best possible outcome for whatever that is. And, that's situational. It depends on the person. It depends on your past with that person. If you don't have a real rich past or rich history, or maybe they're not helping you in your growth and you're not helping them, maybe then it's a real easy cut.
Yeah.
But everybody deserves a different amount of the passion, I guess, the passion, respect portion. Everybody deserves a different one depending on where they place in your life. And if you can realize that, whether you let them be, just always be kind. You can let them be, and you can still be kind. You can, if you want, you can carry the hate in your soul, but all it's doing is eating you, because they don't care.
No, that's what
they
they
don't
want.
care.
That's what they want.
Right. So
Living
just be nice.
free in your
yeah,
head.
just be nice to them, And
Oh, see, now that I won't do that. This is what I'll do. Like, there's no gray area with me. There's black or white.
okay.
I'll either give you the shirt off my back or you don't exist. So if I were to ever see her again, she just will not exist. I won't say anything. I won't even shake her hand. I won't acknowledge her existence.
Sure.
That's how I feel about a few people.
Oh yeah.
And it'll just be you don't exist. I'm
Sure.
not gonna I'm not gonna say anything to you. I'm not gonna start anything with you.
Right.
I'm gonna live my beautiful little happy life, my beautiful little happy chair, Bob Ross style.
Right.
And I'm not gonna say
And we can
anything.
pass on the sidewalk and not even not even make eye contact.
But don't even try to say hi to me either. I beg of you, because then I don't even know. Gloves are off. I don't know.
Sure.
I'll just probably have to leave.
Sure. It's just a heavy weight for somebody to carry around.
How do you you're always such an optimistic person, and I genuinely love that about you. I admire it. Like, you're so optimistic and laid back and just kind-hearted, and you always listen to you. What is the word for it when you empathetic? You always it's like you always seem to walk a mile in someone's shoes before you form an opinion.
Okay, so let's take the word empathy. I have kind of a different approach to empathy. I think, just my opinion, I think a lot of people get empathy wrong. And I think a lot of people believe that empathy is that I've been through something similar, so I can feel what you're going through.
Yes.
Or I can maybe understand a little bit. And I don't think that's exactly how empathy works.
How would you say?
I think empathy is whether you've been through something similar or not. If it's important to you, I care about you enough that that's important to me.
Oh, yes, okay, I agree with that as well, 100%.
So empathy is not, well, I can understand you're going through this, and I kind of went through this, so I kind of understand. That's not exactly how it's put together. It's understanding that it's important to you. And because you're important to me, then whatever that topic is also important to me. It's kind of a backhanded way of looking
I
at
agree
it.
with that completely.
Some people mix up sympathy with empathy.
Oh,
They
big
try to
time.
combine
Oh,
it.
they definitely do that.
Yeah.
No doubt.
100%.
But it's kind of like, okay, let's say the cancer, which I'm sure we're going to talk
I
about
was
here
getting ready to
shortly.
circle back that, yeah.
Let's say,
How are you handling that? Go ahead.
let's say, we're still talking. We'll get to that.
Okay.
We'll get empathy. So
Yeah.
let's say somebody has cancer and another person has the exact same type of cancer, maybe the same stage. One of those people might think that they kind of know what the person's going through, so that's empathy. They can kind of feel what they're going through, which is kind of true. If the one person can realize that whatever is happening to that person cancer-wise is important to them, even if it's minuscule, and they didn't experience that, but it's important to them because the other person, it's important to them as well.
Yes.
And I know that it's kind of a gray distinction, but it's a very important distinction. So that's how I look at it, because maybe you and I have the same cancer, but our walks aren't the same. His body may deal with it differently. He may deal with it differently mentally than I do. So there's a whole lot of different things there that don't add up as far as empathy goes, because his path is different than mine, even if we have the same afflictions.
Right. Okay. Well, how are you dealing with Courtney? How are you handling that with your optimism and your big heart?
So it's kind of a two-way street.
Okay.
The one side of the street, which we'll end on the positive note. The one side of the street is really difficult because I know how bad it is, and she knows how bad it is. Her mother also went down a similar path and succumbed to that pretty quickly.
It's genetic.
It is very much genetic. She has what they call the BRCA or the BRCA2 gene mutation, so her body doesn't have a natural cancer defense.
Oh, wow.
So I know how bad it is. And I know what the end result could be.
Okay.
So that side of the street is really tough. We've had a few really tough moments. Had some tough conversations. Some tough conversations with some doctors. She's got a team of doctors that are doing a fantastic job. I'll give a shout out to the Huck Center and Methodist up in Indianapolis. Team of great doctors that are they're really giving her the care that she honestly deserves.
That's great.
The other side of it is, if you take it at the face value of the worst case scenario, do I want to propagate more negativity by being miserable or sorrowful or woeful? Do I want to bring her down even farther because it's already tough enough the way it is?
Yeah. I'm sure you're still making her laugh.
Or do I want to do what I can to lead her in the most positive direction that I can? And I've chose the latter of the two. I want to do what I can to lead her in the most positive, heartfelt, and warm environment that I can. Because you just don't know.
Yeah.
She could be around for another 35 years, 40 years. Maybe not. I don't know. But I do know this. I don't want to make whatever that time is miserable. It's already bad enough. I've got to do what I can to make it as good as I can.
How are you taking care of yourself through this? Like, I know, do you let yourself cry in front of her, or do you go into the studio and let it out and just bang out on the drums? I know you've got a great support group because your best friends could not be any bester,
They're the besterest
They're
besties.
the besters.
Yeah, I have a lot of great friends. Yes, okay, so it's kind of a two-part question. Banging on the drums is not necessarily a relief of frustrations for me.
Okay.
It is an opportunity to be creative.
Mm-hmm.
I will say that, and maybe is cathartic.
Yeah,
maybe that's a release.
I think so.
But it's not a stress reliever. I think I handle stress really, really well.
I would definitely agree. And I'm from the outside looking in. I would definitely agree. I guarantee it.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're a very strong person.
And stress is honestly kind of where I do my best work, under that pressured environment. But, as far as breaking down in front of her, I don't think I have. And I just feel like that it's my duty to provide strength when there's not strength there. Or, and there's nothing wrong with being soft. There's nothing wrong with it.
No.
There's nothing wrong with being weak. There's nothing wrong with being vulnerable at times. But I'll have my time. Eventually. I'll have my time.
How is she handling it mentally? I know she's a beast.
She's Titanic. Is what she is. She is an inspiration. She should be the poster child for cancer infusion treatments.
What kind of treatments is she getting? Is it radiation? Is it chemo? I'm sorry.
So she's that's okay. So right now she's getting chemo.
Okay.
And it's once every 3 weeks. And that appointment, beginning to end, I think is roughly 6.5 to 7 hours. It's a long day.
Holy cow.
It's a very long day. She's in her, I think, we're getting ready to be her 9th week of chemo treatments. And we've opted for what's called cool mitts, cool socks, and then a cool cap.
That was the cap she was wearing. I don't know who her sister is, but I'm assuming it was her sister. She was on a picture with her sister and had the cap on her head.
Yes, Heather's her sister.
And that's what so obviously chemo makes you really hot, I guess.
Okay, no? So now that I don't know, you'd have to talk to her about the physiology. I don't know, maybe.
What are the cooling caps for?
Okay, so cooling caps and mitts and socks. The socks and the mitts are kept in the freezer, and they're like cold packs that you'd put on for swelling or, something
Okay.
of that nature. The cool cap, we put it on before she goes into chemo, and then they hook her up to a machine, and it pumps 25-degree Fahrenheit fluid through this cap that she wears on her head.
Okay.
And she wears it for, I don't, like 3.5 or 4 hours. So she wears the mitts and the socks as long as she can possibly stand it.
Oh, she doesn't like them?
Well, because they're ice.
Oh, I would love that right now, but I'm just that's a whole other ballgame.
I don't think she's having hot flashes. I don't know, but they are ice, and so she leaves them on. It's a mind game for her.
Claustrophobia?
No, because it's literally ice.
Oh.
So you get to the point where her hands start hurting,
that makes sense.
And your feet start freezing and stuff of that nature. So she wears them as long as possible, and that's to keep the nerves active in the hands, because apparently the chemicals that they're pumping through the body can cause what's called neuropathy.
Yep.
Okay. So, and that neuropathy is permanent. Once you have it from chemo, it doesn't go away. So as far as the feet and the hands go, that's what those are for, is to fight that neuropathy. Similarly, the cool cap is to help prevent hair loss. And it's not a guarantee, but so far her results have been miraculous. Absolutely miraculous. She's almost 9 weeks in, and she still has her hair.
That's great.
So, and the doctor said usually between 3 to 5 days after the very first treatment, you lose your hair.
3 to 5 days.
3 to 5 days.
And she's 9 weeks.
Almost 9 weeks into it.
Okay, superstar.
Right, yeah, she's rocking it.
Look at her go.
Yeah, she's rocking it. She looks great.
Oh, she does.
She carries it really well. I don't know how she does it.
She's tough.
She's
a tough
woman. She's a
woman.
beast.
Yeah,
absolutely.
How many more treatments does she have? Is that how that works? Like you just like a certain amount? How does that go?
Right. So she has one more chemo treatment, and then they're going to do another MRI to see how well her body's responding to the treatment.
Okay.
And then they're going to make a judgment call at that time whether or not she needs more chemotherapy or if they're going to start the surgeries, because she has a battery of surgeries coming up.
Okay, I was wondering about, are we talking about one tumor or more than one?
Well, she has a tumor in her breast. Mm-hmm. And then she also has cancer in her lymph nodes. We don't know how many of those lymph nodes are infected. Mm-hmm. But the initial assessment was many or several. We didn't get a number, and we won't know the number until she has the surgery. And that's probably what will determine whether she's stage 2 or stage 3.
Okay. Does she have these infusions here in town? Because 6 and 7 hours, if you're in the hospital, she's in the hospital. I could walk to. I'm so close to Union, we can walk. So, like, if you guys ever need anything,
thank you.
Food,
right?
Anything,
right?
A crisscross puzzle, is that a thing?
Crossword.
Thank you.
Crisscross will make you jump. Daddy Mac will make you jump, right? Remember they wore their pants on backwards and shirts backwards?
I was in 6th grade. Yeah, jerseys like that. They wore them all
backwards.
They
wore them backwards.
I wonder what happened to them.
I have no clue. I don't know, but we always say, warm it up, Kris, and I'll say, I'm about to.
Are you serious?
Yeah, we do.
Oh, my God.
I'm old school like that.
Me too.
She's doing it here at Huck Center. She's doing the treatments here, and then all of her surgeries will be in Indianapolis.
Indianapolis is it's good. Good choice, yeah.
We've had some good direction and good luck with IU out of Indianapolis, so that's where we opted for the surgeries.
Well, please let us know if you ever need an errand run or something like that. Just anything, because we're like 5 seconds away.
I was going to say, you can see it from here.
Heck yeah, our schedules are so open. We're not like 9 to 5ers. We kind of work when we work and don't when we don't. And
well, I'm going to get your husband back down there to Joxford, because we're working on a project now.
I was going to say, yeah. When you guys planning on finishing that beautiful song?
I don't know, Reggie. When you want to do that?
Reggie. Yeah, he was excited about it. He came home, he was like high on life.
Oh, and he did a great job. He just comes down, and I don't know, he just summons this, I don't know, this being into walked into him, and as soon as we hit the red button,
he's go.
It's all professional.
It's his happy place.
It is definitely his happy place.
I've seen several of the videos of it. Now, one, I know I'm biased because she's my homegirl, but Lynn Hughes, damn. I can't wait to have her on the show. I'm
that
so
girl.
excited.
Whoa,
Woo!
she rocks.
She rocks. Yes, she does.
She's awesome. And hopefully, Lynn, if you're listening, I want to get you back down there.
That's
right. I've got some music queued up for you.
Don't worry. I'll tell her because I'm going to have her on the show. I want her and Aaron both for sure.
Oh, Aaron, he's a monster singer too.
Oh
my gosh.
I mean, talk about a duo of talent.
Right?
And you know what else? My favorite part about them?
What's that?
Nice. Like legitimately nice.
They're such great people. I went to school with Aaron.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. So he and I were really good friends with another guy who works for Joxford Studios as well, Bad Boy as I call him. Yeah. So they were really good friends in school, and Bad Boy and I are really good friends. So we got ties there. But
I can beat you. I can beat you on this one.
Okay.
My story with Lynn is cooler than yours with Aaron. I was saying, she and I went and saw Caitlin Clark together.
I saw the jacket.
Yes.
Awesome, though, right? Awesome.
Yeah, but did you hear the part where I froze?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
You were totally fangirling.
I did. It was like if New Kids on the Block were right there. Except if there were New Kids on the Block, I don't think I'd. No, would I freeze? Hell, I don't know because I didn't think I'd freeze with Caitlin, and I was just like here. And I was like, because she was coming up in the line and everyone was getting pictures and I know she would have done it. And I was like, okay, I've got this jacket on. My braids are on point. I'm like, I look real cute. I'm like, okay. Caitlin comes. I'm just like,
lock up.
And then she turned around. Then I started squealing like a little schoolgirl. And I was like, shit. I didn't get her picture.
You know, she has to be famous if I know her name because I don't watch sport. I don't watch TV. I don't really listen to the radio much. I don't
really as a musician.
No, I don't. I don't watch movies. I don't. I've never watched sports. I don't like sports at all. So if I know Caitlin Clark's name,
says something,
that's
right?
a huge deal, right?
She's a legend. She's a what's the word for it? Not just a legend, but someone who. Oh, I'm just not wording today. She's a legend. She's
absolutely a legend. And well deserved and well earned. And what better role model could a young girl choose than one that's healthy, one that's leading her pack in whatever it is she's doing, and is kind, is polite?
Yep.
Like, what better role model could you have?
That was the first thing that made me fall in love with her on TikTok. Like she was still playing for Iowa. I think maybe she had just joined the WNBA because I could have given a crap about the WNBA. Honestly,
right.
But she was on my algorithm, and I was just like, I didn't give a crap about the sports or what number she was doing, hitting those threes. I didn't care. But what I saw was how she was acting by the way those women were beating her up on the court. How she got back up, dusted her shoulders off, and she held her head up high with class. I admire that so much because I would have been ripping weave out left, right, and sideways. And she's just being like, and she's kicking their butts all over that court, you know?
So, you know what? Maybe
take a page out of her book.
Mirror what you admire.
I need to.
Mirror what you admire.
Control my damn temper.
Right.
But I just find that so admirable. Someone who can undetonate an argument. Is that the right way to put that?
I'm not sure. Undetonate?
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, that means like it's maybe already
like don't
exploded
pull,
and then
don't,
go backwards.
Don't pull the pin. Like,
right.
Whenever you could just...
Defuse is probably a great word
Devin,
for it.
you demand, buddy. Yes, diffuse. And just like anybody, I don't necessarily think it's always the right idea to walk away, take the high road, because sometimes it makes you a pushover. But I do admire the hell out of people who can diffuse a situation, who are really good with words. Like you might not know this reference, but Sugar Baker, like Julia Sugar Baker from Designing Women. No, you don't watch TV.
Definitely would not know that.
But you're right. You know, just any woman that's so good and powerful and calm with their words, and they don't get all tripped up on them. Because when I'm angry or frustrated, I get all tripped up, and then I start crying, and then because I'm so angry and I can't express what I'm feeling. So people that can do that, I think, you know what, you're the best.
You know where the power might be?
Tell me, please.
The power might be to self-evaluate in those times and use the restraint, that power to restrain yourself until you come up with an amicable answer for yourself and then that outcome that you're wanting. Maybe the power is in the reservation.
Okay, so my amicable, say that again, how you said that? Amicable situation, amicable reasoning, what was that?
Amicable for the situation, for your person.
So that would be Grayson, Reggie, Grayson. Oh, you know what I mean? Think about what, if I go to jail, like how bad that would look, first of all, how embarrassing, and how, I want to be a good, I just want to teach my daughter what's right,
Sure.
and I don't want her to see me like slap some person. That's not cool.
Right. I've lost control too. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
I've done that on occasion.
And I don't want Gracie to see me that way. If I were defending her, then gloves are off. If I were defending Reggie, gloves are off.
Sure.
But I can't walk away from people saying something about them. But for me, for the most part, I can be like, I don't care.
Maintaining your poise.
Yeah.
In that moment of passion.
Yeah.
That's where the power is. Wow, that's a lot of alliteration right there.
That
lot of P's.
Good. That was good.
But that's where the power is.
It really is.
If you can posturize your, why am I doing that? Posturize your poise.
It's a good word.
Posturize your poise.
It's a good letter today.
During passionate times like that.
When is the last time that you lost your fuse?
Yesterday.
Well, that's a really good question. So
maybe it's been that long. That's a good thing.
I can think of several, but I'm trying to think of when the last time was. Well, I would guarantee it was at a bar, because I frequent bars, because I play at bars.
Right.
And I know we were playing at one at Robinson, Illinois, and I know we were playing at one at Owls here in town. Maybe I'll use the Owls one. I don't know which one was last.
Okay.
But I was playing in a band called Icon, heavy metal band. And it was the very end of the night, and we were loading out, and there was a bunch of people outside. The show was over, and there was a very large man, very, very large man. And there was some kind of an altercation going on between this man and another guy. And the other guy was an acquaintance of mine. I didn't know him that well, but an acquaintance. The big guy, I didn't know him at all.
Mm-hmm.
And a woman came over to get in between them, somebody that I knew, and this very large man put his hand in her face and pushed her to the ground.
Ooh.
And that's all it took.
Yeah.
That was enough for me. And
that's
I jumped on this guy, took him to the ground, and held him on the ground until he was no longer cognizant.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Okay.
And so I got up, and there was of course a crowd of people around. I apologized to my wife for being that way, because I don't
you
want,
respect her, and it's just really sweet.
And I don't want to have that kind of personality. Mm-hmm. I don't want to scare her.
You defended a woman. I'm pretty sure she's more impressed than anything else.
Perhaps. I don't want to speak on her behalf. I don't know. But I apologized to her. And when this guy got up, we were still loading out. I was almost done. And he recognized me after he got up, and he had grass like stuck in his hair. And I took him down pretty hard. And he recognized me, and he said, you're the one that did that. And he pointed at me. He said, weren't you? And I said, yes, I was. And he said, I'll be right back.
Uh-oh.
And he turned around, started walking across the parking lot. Well, I didn't know it, but the owner of Owls had called the cops.
Thankfully.
And they pulled up just in time as this guy was getting in his car. And he had a gun in his car.
Kris.
And he was probably going to come back to make his point. He was probably embarrassed because a little guy that was almost completely naked, because all I had on was shorts, because I was playing a show,
right.
know. He was probably embarrassed, I don't know what, or upset, mad, or whatever. But he wasn't more mad than I was when I saw him push that woman down by her face.
So what, did he end up going to jail?
Yes, he went to jail that night.
Can you imagine?
For intimidation and having a gun, and he got arrested for all kinds of different things. But that might not have been the last time I really lost my stuff. But when I do, it's not that I'm giving it a lot of thought. It's not like when I lose my stuff, that it's let's say a friendship and we're arguing, or my relationship and we're arguing. I usually don't lose my cool during stuff like that.
I'm sure everybody has their limits, and I think a good man, seeing a man putting his hands on a woman, is going to be the thing that makes any good man, go left.
Perhaps so. You're probably right. You're probably right.
I think Reggie, I can probably speak for you and Reggie both. Like, I'm pretty sure that you would not tolerate a man hitting a woman.
No, my growing up, my dad said the rule growing up was you never hit a woman unless a woman comes at you like a man.
That's fair.
So, and his story that he kind of explained from that, my dad used to ride with the club, and he was riding this motorcycle home one night, saw this dude beating his wife, girlfriend, whatever it was. He pulled over, put the dude down,
right,
as you should, and
right.
She came and knocked my dad like with a 2x4 over the head, and
what?
He turned around and grabbed it, and she hit him again, and he said, "All right," and he pushed her off of him and left, and he was like, at the end of the day, like he goes, you got to protect yourself.
Yeah,
right,
and plus he just pushed her away. He was like, "Just get away from me. Let me get back on my bike and leave."
Pushed her away, and she fell.
Yeah,
but that's he's like, you protect yourself. He's like, but
absolutely.
He goes, the answer is never to hit a woman. He's like, if you feel like you're gonna hit a woman, you need to walk away.
Yeah.
And he's so my dad was always, it's funny because like the dad I grew up with was not the dad he was back in the day. And so I hear a lot of stories of what my dad used to be like.
Sure.
And I'm like, how did you ground me for having a D on my report?
That's funny.
But my dad, I'm really glad I was raised by the dad he is now than who he was then.
Yeah,
sure.
Growing up completely different. But he's very similar to you. Like it's hey, take a break, calm down. Sleep on it. Make your decision. Never act out of emotion.
Right.
Anger, sadness, that all leaves. But what's your decision you make, it stays.
Right.
Did it take
the words
him
that come out of your mouth stay too.
100%. Like they're like spells. They really are. They're like spells. That's why it's called spelling.
And there's times when you just get mad and you just clap back. And I'm a fighter and win my words. Like my dad always says, like you should have been a lawyer. Because when you're talking to me, I'm thinking of what I'm going to come back with. You know what I mean?
Right.
And there's so many times in an argument you just say things that just you don't mean it.
And see, maybe that's where you and I are a little different.
Yeah.
Because I do focus on what the person's saying, and I'm okay with awkward pauses.
Yeah, absolutely.
That gives me the time to think about what I'm going to say instead of tripping over my words, or like you were talking
saying
about
things,
when you get or saying things that you can't take back.
Exactly.
Right.
So I'm
right.
glad I've learned that.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm glad I've learned that, and and now my biggest thing is when we're talking, you listen. And majority of the time, if you really listen to the person, you see where they're coming from. And you either find out where they're coming from and you agree, or you just listen and you're like, what's the point of this? There's not enough point for me to sit here and have this.
If there's a value in it, maybe there is.
Exactly.
Maybe there is a point to sit and listen to the entire conversation.
But if it's to the point where I'm like, we're not going to agree on this, and you're upset, I don't want to be upset about this. I had a guy tell me one time, he goes, if it's not going to matter in the last 5 minutes of your life, let it go. Or if
you're not going to remember it 5 years from now.
Okay.
Yes,
how many times have you guys have been talking to your wives and you're like, what was that fight even about back then when we had, you know what I mean? Stuff like that, because
I have ADHD.
Yeah.
So it's the worst because there's sometimes I'll forget what we're arguing about.
In the middle. In the middle.
I know.
And there was one time when we're talking, this was about a month ago, and she was like, I'm disappointed, I'm angry, and I'm sitting there and I'm like, I'm doing this, and she's like, you forgot what we're arguing about.
She knows you.
I'm like, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, she's got you locked in.
No, it's a good thing and a bad thing because, dude, I can tell you, there's so many people who they'll come up to me and they're like, man, I'm so sorry what I did. I'm like,
thank you.
I'm like, see,
I have a bad habit where, and I know it extra probably pisses people off, but like when I get nervous, I smile, or sometimes I'll laugh.
Yes.
Like I'll do it in funerals. I'll do it like whenever, like sometimes Reggie will give me like, I'll say something out of anger and he'll give me like the big eyes, and I know he's thinking about what to say next. And I'm like, And it's not funny.
Right.
I'm not laughing at him. I'm
It's
just
almost like a nervous twitch or something.
Nervous
yes.
twitch. I'm like, oh God, we're getting ready to fight. I hate it when we fight. Oh my God, and I'm just thinking how bad I wish I could take it back. But now I'm sitting there looking like I'm laughing at him. But thankfully Reggie's the kind of guy, like we've been in some fight. We've been together 10 years. Like we have fought before several times. But
I've never had a fight with my wife.
In 10 years?
In 13.
13 years?
We've had very heated growth sessions.
Oh, growth sessions.
Yes.
Nice.
Never fought.
I was going to say, what? That seems like a loophole.
You'd be forewarned in a marriage that there's not some kind of discord, that there's also not some kind of passion.
Yeah.
In order to have that discord, you have to have the passion, and vice versa.
Mm-hmm.
So if there is, I won't say an excessive amount of fighting,
Right.
But if there is some disagreement where you're passionate about your side and she's passionate about hers, or vice versa, or what have you, that means there's actually probably passion in that relationship.
Yeah, agreed.
You're going to have I had a guy tell me one time, he goes, "Oh, we've never fought." And I'm like,
mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's because neither one of them care.
Yeah,
They're both complacent.
It's a red flag.
Yes, because like I care enough for to spend time and to want to fix the problem.
Yes.
In order to fix anything, you got to get dirty a little bit. You know
That's
what I mean?
right.
And you got to dig to the root.
Yep.
Not just mow over it. Because that's what people do these days. They just mow over the problem. No, dig it up. Where did this root
Don't
come
pretend
from?
it never happened.
Yes,
like,
because that root's going to eventually grow into other roots. And
yes. Yes.
Dig it out and just say, okay, this was the problem, and it tracks back to this that happened years ago. Okay, well, I know to stay away from that from now on. I won't say that because it wasn't me. It was something I said that triggered something that I was okay. Now that I know that root problem,
yeah.
Now I know a boundary line.
Well, something that Reggie does, and he treats me in this regard the same way that he has several of his friends. When he gets upset with me enough, he will take space. He will go to his dad's. He'll go get a hotel so he can collect his thoughts and come back and then we'll talk it out. He's done it to friends before too. They've argued. I mean, he gives them more than just a day, but he's not married to them. But he'll just maybe he'll go a month or two. I need a beat. I can't deal with the drama. I need a break. And then the guilt trips that get thrown at him are so petty and pathetic. It's ridiculous. But that's what he needs. That's how he does. He'll walk away. He'll go for a drive. I'll just lock myself in the bedroom, and we have a limit, and then he'll walk away.
So he's separating his passion from the problem.
Yes.
And that's probably a good way
it is, because if he stays, one of us, most likely me, is going to say something that I don't mean. So he does us both a favor because he shuts it down, and then we talk it out, and things are good. It's healthy.
If you ever have to raise your voice, it's not time to talk.
Oh yeah. But I raise my voice pretty quickly. I'm loud just by nature. But if when I start clapping in between syllables, that's when it's it's anger.
That's my wife will talk, and we'll look at the situation. It's either I've done it or she's done it too. She's like, I don't think we're ready to have this conversation. Let's take a little bit more time and let's come back to this. And majority of the time we come back and it's okay. Listen.
And that's respect. That's a grown-up relationship, in my opinion, and that's how we all do it in marriages. And when I was dating, I did not have that kind of respect in my relationships. You're not leaving. We're fighting. We're doing this.
Well, and that's what was for me. I'm the same way. My dad was always like, "We're gonna do it. We're gonna talk now. You're not gonna walk away. We're gonna fix the problem."
Yes.
My dad's very militant. He's ex-military, so it's you don't walk away from a commanding officer. You're gonna listen. You're gonna do it. So growing up, and he's changed completely now. It's so funny, I've seen him with my kids.
Right.
I'm just where was this? And but now I've been able to teach my kids, where it's okay, let's talk about it. And we were able to
exactly
separate for a minute. Let's figure out where we're coming from and let's talk about it.
Reggie's taught me a lot about being in a grown-up relationship. To be honest with you, I've grown up.
Sounds like you're growing together.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's just damn it, I love him so much. And I knew him for over 20 years, and then we were best friends for a year. I was crazy about him, and he was crazy about me, but too afraid to let me.
Boyfriend, and then he didn't like that, and he came in the kitchen one day and says, "I love you, and I don't want you to be with him." and then they made out, and they've been together ever since.
Yep. Oh my gosh!
I swear.
All
right.
I know our first kiss is such
That's
a
every
beautiful
Lifetime
story.
That's every Lifetime movie that's ever been written.
I know. Aren't we gross? Seriously, because he told me straight up, even though he had feelings for me, he was just like he was so scared because he had been burned before.
Sure.
And he looked me straight in my face and said, "I don't have the same feelings for you that you do for me." And I was like, "Okay, fine." So finally, I sucked it up. I still wanted to be his friend. I just need some distance. And I started dating, and so I started dating this one guy, and he was a really nice guy. And I was starting to have a crush on him. And then I let Reggie know because we were still best friends.
Sure.
I was driving home from dates. He wanted to make sure I got home safely. And one day he comes home from work, and he walks into the kitchen. I'm microwaving something. He turns me around. He goes, "Don't go with him. I love you. I've always loved you. I was just scared." And then he kissed me, and I was like, oh my God, I dropped the phone.
I'm gonna cry.
I was crying. I was squeezing his little furry face, and I'm texting the guy, "Sorry, it's over to the, okay." It was like, he swept me off my feet. It was the best first kiss in the world.
Wow.
You guys compliment each other so well.
Oh, thanks.
So I love it.
He's dope.
Oh, and their pictures they're always putting on Facebook.
Oh my God.
What is up with that? You're gonna have to put one of those in. You're gonna have to put one of those in the video. Like, gosh,
that's Melissa too.
Wow,
we love
those are so gorgeous.
Thank you. We love dress up, and Melissa, Blue Griffin Photography, Melissa Griffin. She is an amazing photographer, and she really knows how to make you feel comfortable too. Because even though we're hams in real life and kind of social, like nobody's a stranger, you put us in front of a camera, we're just like, what do we do?
Now what do we do?
What do I do with what happens
Position
with these?
me.
What do we do with these things?
Position me.
Otherwise, it's gonna be like, that's all we got. So
those pictures of you guys are so, I don't even know, sexy, dark, mysterious,
almost witchy,
kind of witchy. I don't know, but they're just GQ to the max.
Thanks.
Like,
that dress cost me like $4. That thing
what you wore it like $1 million.
Yeah, I love bragging about how little I pay for cool clothes. Thank you.
Son of a gun.
Thank you. We have a really good time. If you ever want some family photos done, I'm telling you, Melissa Griffin, she's the best.
I may have to consider it. Can she make us look like you guys?
She'll make you guys look like you on times 10.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I don't know if I can handle all that sexiness.
That's a lot of sexy.
That's a lot of sexy.
How's your son doing?
He is amazing. So we'll tie the two together.
Sure.
So when we found out that Courtney had cancer, very early on, we didn't know to what extent, but out of respect to him, we call him in there because we like him to learn family things from family people.
100%.
Right? So we call him in there, and he has chosen a real good core group of friends.
I wonder where he gets it.
I would hope he gets it honest, and I think he does.
I do too.
Anyway, he's chosen a real great core of friends, and those friends have led him to going to church and being a responsible young man. So we call him into the living room to tell him, and this is a pretty sensitive time because we had just found out ourselves.
Yeah. You told him pretty much immediately then?
Yes. We called him into the living room to tell him that Courtney had cancer. And he, of course, knew that his grandma on her side had cancer and had passed away from it. So
was it around the same age as Court?
She was 55, and Courtney is 43. So not the same age. Her mom was a little bit older, so
still
Courtney
very young.
Yeah, still just way too young.
Yeah, for sure.
So we call him in there and set him down, and we just, point blank said, your mom's been diagnosed with cancer, and he kind of processed it for a little bit. And maybe I should preface this story by saying that he had enlisted in the military. My son did. And it's been his calling since he was a little boy. And a Friday night, he was at work. He'd already been through MEPS, which is like the military entry physical stuff and all that.
Thank you for sure. I didn't know what that was.
So he'd already been through MEPS, and his recruiter had called him on a Friday night and said that I'm going to come pick you up so you can go put your fingerprints. Like it's going to be a done deal. Like this
is happening.
Right. So, like I said, I'm prefacing this story. So that Friday, he got the call. He's at work. He's like, Dad, can you come get my car? The military's coming to pick me up to put my fingerprints down. Sure. Well, before the military got there, they called him back, called Landon back, my son, and said, we got the wrong guy. Landon was permanently medically disqualified for joining any branch of the military.
Why?
I'll leave that as his business.
Okay.
But that was Friday.
Was he crushed? How did he do?
He was absolutely destroyed.
Oh, no, man. I'm sorry.
Absolutely destroyed, because he's wanted that since he was like 5 or 6.
Which branch, can I ask, what he wanted to join?
So he wanted to initially kind of join the Army.
Uh-huh.
But then he decided the Navy, because his family on my side has a rich Navy background. So he decided to, or Marines. He wanted to join the Marines. Mm-hmm. And so...
and your family is rich Marine history,
and Air Force both,
okay,
yes,
okay,
but yeah,
wow.
a lot of family history with military. Anyway, they called him back and said, "I'm sorry, we got the wrong guy. You're permanently medically disqualified from joining any branch of the service."
So he's dealing with that.
He's dealing with that, and then the very next week is when we found out Courtney had cancer.
Oh my gosh, Landon, honey.
So, anyway, we called him in there, now that I've prefaced the story, just a few days after he found out that he wasn't going to be able to live his lifelong dream. Called him in there and, told him that Courtney had cancer. And we'll go back to the word pragmatic. He took it in. He really absorbed it. And he said, I guess I'm not going anywhere. He said, whatever God's plan is, I'll make peace with.
He said that.
And then dropped it.
Oh my God.
Hasn't looked back.
You must
dropped
be so
everything.
Proud of him.
Oh, I call him my best ever. I've called him my best ever since he was born. And he is. He's my best ever. Everything that has been the best of me that I have ever been is what he is.
I can relate to that.
He is all of the best pieces of me at my best periods of time, all put together in one.
And you guys are clearly, obviously, very close.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he drives me nuts. Oh, my gosh, he drives me crazy. Always wanting to wrestle, always wanting to fight, probably because I'm an old man. And I can't whip him anymore, you know what I mean? But, yeah, and, he worked out. He went to the gym. I don't even know how many times, sometimes twice a day, for years to prepare for the military. And he was working out with a local military a guy in Sullivan, and he did 560 push-ups.
I'm sorry.
560 push-ups. My son did.
I can't even imagine. I can't. Well, I don't have any upper body strength anyway.
He has worked his entire life to get there.
So what does he want to do now?
So he kind of wants to follow, I guess, in Dad's footsteps.
Okay, awesome.
So he took a job with the electrical union here in Terre Haute, 725.
Okay.
Working at what's called a CW job, a construction worker job, which is a part-time temporary job. He took that to get his foot in the door, and he made a really good name for himself at the union.
I guarantee it.
And so now he's working up by Rosedale in a factory, waiting on the union to have they hire once a year, and that's coming up in the spring.
Okay.
Because they send the recruits to college, if you will. So he's waiting on that. He already got the call that he's got the interview, but he's waiting on that interview, so he took a job up in Rosedale for now. So it's a pretty good drive for him.
Look
about
at
an hour.
him go.
Oh yeah, he's twice the man I've ever been.
He's an impressive person. That's amazing.
We're very fortunate. Very fortunate.
Is there anything about Kris Walters that people don't know that you want to share that might be either funny, sad, or just downright dark?
Probably a lot.
Yeah. That's kind of a vague question.
It is. It's a broad shot.
I'm trying to think of a mic dropper before we go.
You did that one calendar.
Oh yes, yeah, Chunkendales. Yeah, Chunkendales. Yes, I did that.
Oh my god, you guys are so weird. Men are strange.
Men are strange.
I love it. You guys are nuts.
So
Evan,
there's so much. You know, you don't get to to live as long as I do without having several dark stories, embarrassing stories. I don't know how you want to end. I've got dark ones, I've got embarrassing ones, I've got all kinds.
You gotta end on a funny one.
Yeah, let's do something.
Give me a good funny one.
Because one thing I knew about you, same thing before I knew Reggie. The one thing I knew about you before I knew you is that you were funny. So let's do that.
Okay, well, I don't know how funny it is, and
Okay,
I'm not going to.
Embarrassing.
I'm not going to implicate specific individuals.
It was Dan Lindsay, was it? Dan Lindsay.
It was not Dan Lindsay, not this time. No. So, most of my employment history has been underground coal mining.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Okay, and it takes a special individual to be able to do that.
That's what Reggie said.
That type of job.
I can't imagine.
And you have to.
May I interrupt with a quick question?
Yeah, absolutely.
Coal mining, you're like underground all like constantly, right? Like making explosions?
I'm not now.
Okay.
But I was for 20-something years. I worked underground, and you go underground at the beginning of the day, and you do not come out unless there's a problem or an emergency or what have you. Maybe you need some supplies, but usually you go underground, you work your entire shift, usually 10 to 12 hours, and then you drive out. So a typical underground coal mine, depending on what mine it is anywhere from 300 to 650 feet deep, here at least here in Indiana, into the ground. And then you might drive for 10 or 15 miles before you get to where the work is.
What?
Yeah, the mines are huge.
In Indiana, even? Like, I knew back in the West, because, I grew up with stuff like that, but I didn't know, really?
Yes,
now,
yeah.
Holy cow.
Move away from coal in the next 10 years. Is that correct by what I've heard?
Who are they?
This might be someone working for the governor.
So, that's a broad term as well. So, if we narrow it down to specific genres of people, obviously, coal miners don't want to move away from it.
No.
And coal does a lot more than what people realize. People just drive by a smokestack at a power plant and they think that, well, there's coal burning. Well, that may be true. However, most people don't know that it takes coal to make pharmaceuticals, to make medicines, aspirins, all kinds of pharmaceuticals. Blacktop, concrete. Coal is in a lot more things than people
The pharmaceutical ones blows my mind. That's like that something. Did you know that, Devin? I did not know that.
They use coal for many, many things other than producing energy. And right now, in Indiana, coal is responsible for approximately 40% of our electricity in Indiana.
Wow.
And as the winter
more
months,
you know.
the winter months get colder, that number goes up. In the summertime, as you use your air conditioners and the electrical grid gets stressed, that number also goes up too. But about approximately 40% of the electricity that's, that we use here in Indiana. And we're a power hungry state. Very power hungry. A lot of industry.
Yeah.
Coal is used in steel. What people don't realize, since 1975, Indiana has been the leading steel producer in the United States since 1975. People don't know that. They assume it's Pennsylvania because it's historically it's been the steel producing capital of the world.
Right.
And it's not true since 1975. It's been Indiana.
The more you know.
So coal has a lot of uses beyond
this woman
the electric
had shared
grid.
that the goal is nuclear.
Mm-hmm.
We can't get a lot of people behind the
So if you're talking politically, I think you're probably talking about Suzanne Jaworowski, I'm guessing.
Possibly.
Right, so she's the Secretary of Energy for Indiana. So work with her on occasion on some things, and we're trying to maintain the balance because as the energy demands go up, we have to plug in our phones, or we want to. People talk about using energy responsibly, but yet we don't really do it. Nobody is willing to personally sacrifice. I won't say nobody, that's not fair. Most people aren't willing to personally sacrifice plugging in their device or turning their air conditioning down while when they're
if it
away
doesn't
from
affect
home.
me.
If it doesn't affect me, then yeah, right. I'm all about green energy. You know what? I really am. I'm all about green energy as long as it doesn't affect me. if it doesn't affect my energy bill, if it doesn't, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Everything has a cost.
Yeah.
Yes.
Everything. Nothing's free. Whether it's solar panels, there's a cost. Whether it's wind, there's a cost. Whether it's coal, there's a cost. And most of the time, those costs are in producing those resources, producing them to use. You can't get away from it. You cannot get away from that cost. It's going to be there regardless of what energy you decide to use, natural gas, that cost is going to be there. And I'm not talking about necessarily a financial cost. I'm talking about a natural resources cost, a cost on Mother Earth, what have you, a cost on the environment, a cost to you personally. There's going to be a cost. So you have to find the balance, just like everything else
Just
in
like
life.
everything else.
You
yeah.
have to find the balance. And I hope that we can get there between the green energies, between the coal, between the nuclear, between the all the different energy resources that we could be using that we're not, that we don't even know about yet, because they're out there. So a lot of my life has been underground at the coal mine. You go underground. You're down there 10 or 12 hours. It's dark. You come out. It's dark. You go underground. It's dark. It's dark. It's dark.
That would be depressing.
It is very depressing.
Yeah.
And then the environment itself, underground, is a challenge. And the men don't make it any easier. And I use men as a broad shotgun statement, just the people underground. Don't make the job any easier for the most part, because it's a mind game. So you have to make levity of the situation however you can. You're right. You got to find the positive. You got to find the reason to keep you going. You know, some of these people, including myself, work 6 or 7 days a week, 10, 12 hours a day, 100 hours a week, 120 hours a week. Just depends on where you're at and what you're doing. So I can remember very early in my tenure at the coal mine, we have belts underground that carry the conveyor belts that carry the coal out of the mine. And we have what's called transfer points. So there's a belt drive, a motor that turns that belt, and it'll dump onto another belt. So that way, you know, if you want to turn or what have you, or if the belt gets too long, it's hard for that motor to do the work. So you put in another belt. So we had a belt spill. The coal spilled on the ground. It happens, part of it. There was only 2 people working that spill, myself and another individual that I'm not going to implicate.
Dan Lindsay. No, I'm just joking. I'm sorry.
No, there's some things I can implicate him on. But so we get down to this spill, and it's huge. It is massive, and it's going to take us hours, and we know this.
Oh, man.
And so we do what we can to clear the belts so we can at least fire the belts up, and there's no danger of fire. So we're down there for hours and hours and hours. Halfway through the shift or so, we strip down to our underwear. Because there's nothing
so miserable, right? You're so hot.
It's right, absolutely. So we strip down to our underwear, and
so there's the calendar. There it is.
Right, I know.
There it
is. So by law, there are certain things you have to wear. You have to wear your PPE. So you do have to wear your hard hat. You do have to wear your steel-toe metatarsal boots. You know, there are certain PPE, but there's nothing in the law that says you got to wear pants. So this guy and I...
Did anybody get a picture of this? That's hilarious.
No pictures. Well, luckily, you weren't allowed to have cameras underground.
Oh.
So not at a coal mine anyway.
That makes sense, honestly.
So we're down there shoveling, and all mines, all employers.
Yeah.
Of course, here I work for the Department of Labor, so I can say this, are subject on occasion to inspections, whether it be by OSHA, MSHA, IOSHA, whatever,
all of the shows.
All the shows. Right. So we're down there, and we're in our underwear, and
please tell me that
federal agent walks up on us.
That's amazing.
He's walking the belt line, checking it out to make sure it's safe. He walks up on us. I'm not going to mention that guy's name either. Him, and he was with a person in our safety department, and they walk up on us, and they're like, what are you guys doing? Like, we've been down. I mean, we're so dirty.
I'm sure.
Oh, completely.
And there's
soaked.
there's no airflow. You guys just must be just so hot, right?
A little bit of airflow, probably. Just probably enough to get by with. But yeah, so hot and sweaty.
Stagnant.
And,
oh man,
gosh,
that sounds terrible.
And they were like, "What are you guys doing?" And I'm like, "We're worn out." And there's nothing in the law that says that we can't work in just our underwear.
Okay, back up off me, buddy. I'm on.
So this federal agent was doing everything that he could to find something to write us on, and he could not write us a citation. Now, I'm not saying that it's good to be down there in your underwear working, because you never know you're going to.
It's safe. It's fine.
It's a lot cooler that way. But so that's kind of an embarrassing story that we got busted by a federal agent wearing our underwear.
I just picture a bunch of men that are just like sooted up and just like tidy whities, even just like in their big old boots and their PPE, and just like, what a vision. That's hilarious. That should be a calendar, damn it.
It should be a calendar.
There's a Christmas present for Courtney.
Oh, right.
Take a bunch of pictures.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, so
oh my god.
The standards have changed a lot in the last 20 years. That was at least 20 years ago, probably more like 25 years ago.
How long have you been in that industry, dude?
Well, over 20. Well, yeah, so I started in 1999.
Yeah.
Working in the coal mines. And if you count the work that I'm doing now for the state, which is mine related, if you count that tenure, then probably 26 years.
Holy cow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's a long time. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, I'm a crusty old bastard.
You are not. You're Frog.
I am Frog.
You're Frog.
That's right.
For life. Frog for life.
Frog for life.
Frog for life. All right. Well, you know what? Thank you for coming today. Thank you for sharing your stories.
Thank you for having me. It's an honor, and it's a pleasure. You're so delightful.
Oh, so are you. I'm so glad that you came. Reggie always hogs you, so it's nice. I was happy to talk to you a little bit.
Oh, man. I'm his main hype man.
I know.
Right? I've got his back all the time.
Yeah, and he just thinks the world of you, dude.
I love that guy,
you're the
too.
Deal.
Oh.
Like, he's very guarded about who he lets in his life, and
Sure.
he really enjoys hanging out with you and spending time and music, creative, just talking. He doesn't really open up to very many people anymore because he's been burned. So it's
Sure.
but you're like a steel trap, and I appreciate you being such a good friend of my husband. I appreciate that you're part of our family.
Well, I do it for my benefit. I'll say out of greed, because I definitely get something out of that friendship too.
Oh, I believe
thank
it.
you so much.
Absolutely.
And you guys are definitely a part of our family.
I'm glad.
No doubt.
And I swear to God, if you need anything like a break or like food and icy, like I need some blue Slurpees when I'm sad. Okay.
Oh man, the blue ices at the theater down there.
It's gotta be an icy, bro. Don't
right.
give me like this some like hush puppy shit. Give me that icy, okay?
Right.
Blue, thank you. If you need one, I got you.
I got your number. I'm going to hit you up for a blue icy.
Please do. I've got lots of time. I'm always doing something, but I'm always doing something. So it's like, I got you. I'll be out. Let me know.
Well, thank you so
much. I
much.
love you guys very much. Thank you for coming, honey.
And we love you guys.
Peace, love, and tree hugs.
Peace, love, tree hugs.
Tree hugs. Yes, sir.